Okay, history fans, I'm back after a short vacation to Florida, as you can probably see by the weird suntan lines and all the bug bites, because we were in the Everglades. Anyway, a couple weeks ago, my friend asked me about the two big stones close to Shawnee. We're talking about Kansas here, close to Shawnee, right there at County Line Road and Nieman. There's two stones, one's on the southeast corner, one's on the southwest corner. So I went to investigate, and I will tell you, I have investigated my Patuxent off for the last like 3 or 4 weeks, and I still do not have answers that I love. Okay, so this is what I found. But please, if you are from around this area and you know these families and you know more of this history, comment below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there. But I would love information. I would love pictures. I would love all of this stuff because it's just, there's not a lot out there. All right, so we're going to start with the stone on the southeast corner. This stone, it is dedicated to Richard Van Lerberg, Richard O. Van Lerberg. And that's pretty much all it says. It just says this park is dedicated to the loving memory of Richard O. Van Lerberg. And then it says donated by, and it lists 4 names. It's Albert, Dale, Clarence Van Lerberg, and then Mary Alice Bischek. So I investigated as much as I can, and what I found out is that Richard O. Van Lerberg lived around here. He was born in 1925. Him and his siblings, who are all the people that donated, that's who all those names are below, are his siblings. They were born here in Shawnee, and their parents were Belgian immigrants. So Richard was born in 1925. He died in 1979. Sounded like he was a pretty diverse guy. They had some holdings, I guess, in some cattle ranches. They were builders. Weirdly enough, he raced homing pigeons, apparently. But apparently what he's most known for is that he was the co-owner with his brother of Van's Food Center, which was a grocery store at the corner of Shawnee Mission Parkway and Nieman. It's gone now. It was before my time. Some of you probably remember it. If you have pictures, I could not find a single picture of that sucker. So put that in the comments below too, please. I would love to see a picture of what that looked like before. But apparently he was kind of a philanthropist, but a very quiet philanthropist. So what I found was that he, worked in the food center and was very supportive of all the teens that worked there. So he would financially help them into college. He would help them with letters of recommendation. He was highly active on the boards of some of the youth groups around here, and just was generally a good guy that helped these kids, get through school and be better people and get on with their life. So that is all I found about him. I found so much information about the people on the other side. So much so that I cannot even tell you all the information, but I didn't find the one piece of information that I really, really wanted to see. So if you walk across, this would be across Nieman, and you go to the other side, there's a different stone, and this stone says it is the Rieke Memorial Park. This park is dedicated in loving memory of Charles and Elizabeth Rieke, and then in parentheses, grandparents, 1871 German immigrants, and Charles and Antonia Rieke, parents instrumental in the opening of the Nieman Rd to Shawnee in 1911. Donated by Anthony and Alda Rieke. So here's the thing. If you live around Shawnee or Merriam or Turner or anywhere around here, you have heard of the Rieke family. It's R-I-E-K-E. They've got construction companies, I think excavating companies. That Rieke family market is on the corner right there. They're everywhere. And in fact, in one article I read, there were over 300 descendants of the Riekes right in this area. So apparently Charles and Elizabeth Rieke were both born in Prussia in Germany in like the 1840s. They emigrated here, stopped a little bit in Missouri, and then finally settled there, right there at that corner, and bought 40 acres of land right there at that corner of Nieman and Shawnee Mission Parkway. They emigrated with Elizabeth's sister, who was named Anna, and she married Joseph Schubert, and all 4 of them lived together for a while until their families were just huge, and eventually the Schuberts kind of moved out and moved on and did their own thing. The Rickies stayed there for a long time. They were truck farmers, which a lot of this area was truck farmers. It basically means they were farmers that would then load up all their produce on a truck and take it down to like the city market and sell it. I bet you didn't know Lenexa was actually the spinach capital of the world for a while. Truck farming. We'll talk about that maybe in another episode. But that's what they did. They had big orchards and they were truck farmers. Eventually, of course, Charles died. He passed away. Before he died, though, unfortunately, his wife, Elizabeth, died in childbirth. She died while giving birth to their youngest son, Alban. And then what I have found is that apparently Alban also had a son named Alban. So Charles had a son named Charles. Alban had a son named Alban who went by Max. But this family is huge and they're everywhere, okay? So looking up the family history, I found out that the people that donated the stone are actually the people that run the Rosedale barbecue. So the Rickies started Rosedale barbecue in 1934. But the thing I could not find, guys, I went to the Johnson County Library, the Wyandotte County Library, the Johnson County Museum, the Wyandotte County Museum, and I talked to the historians of Wyandotte and Johnson County, and not a single soul can tell me how on earth they're related to the opening of Nieman Rd. They're all over in the history of this area. There's farms, there's businesses, they were some of the founding members of St. Joseph's Catholic Church, but not a soul can tell me how they opened that road. So please, please, if you have any information about that, let me know because I am totally stumped. I mean, obviously it happened. It's on a plaque, but we don't know why. So that is what the two stones are. I'm sorry if that is a very disappointing answer because I don't really have an answer, but I have looked for weeks. On another note, if you are interested in Johnson County history, Wyandotte County history, definitely, if you can get your hands on this book, buy it. Pride of the Golden Bear. It's mostly about Turner, but it has a ton of stuff about Wyandotte County and Shawnee and everything too. So if you're interested in history, get your paws on this bear book. All right, I will see you next time. Bye.